We absolutely love what we do. If you like what we do, why not buy us a coffee? Just follow the link in the description below.
America stands at the ready to build faster, achieve more. The future won't wait. And TC Energy is moving forward confidently, connecting communities, industries, nations, here and abroad. At TC Energy, we deliver the North American natural gas and energy that powers communities across the U.S. to aim higher, grow stronger, and go further. TC Energy. Energy connected. Find out more at tcenergy.com.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the Tilton Talk show after a week's break. With myself, sponsored by A&G Logistics. I'm getting rusty now. Sponsored by A&G Logistics with myself, Paul Hipkiss, and the one and only Claire Wheeldon.
Good evening.
Mr. Fixer Craig Courtney.
Good evening, everyone.
The chairman, Alan Watson.
Good evening.
The main man, Mr. Chris Brown.
Good evening.
And last but by no means least, Mr. Robe, Mark Adams.
Hello, everyone.
You said a bit too much there, Paul. You said, and last but not least, I mean, we actually should be the other way around.
Oh, dear.
I think it's only right for us to start the show with some sad news that broke over the weekend. Obviously, I know it's not Blues, but it's obviously in our league, etc. And the Charlton game, unfortunately, was postponed against Portsmouth on Saturday. One of their legendary fans sadly taken unwell and sadly lost his life. And they always say, and we always say, don't we, no one should go to a football match and not come home. So, it was good to see that he, if it was going to happen to him, it happened in the place that he loved. But yeah, I just want to start the show by saying rest in peace, Mr. Norman Baker, also known as Headphones Norm, I believe that they used to call him as well. So rest in peace, my friend. And obviously we send on our condolences to all friends and family and all the fans at Charlton Athletic as well. So 3 games to go over then since we were last on here. I'm going to sort of rewind it back to the first one and then we'll talk about the second one, then the third one. But Craig, we'll start with West Brom away. That was the game obviously after we were last on, and
yeah,
thought we were worth the point in the end, weren't we? I think we were sort of fought in the second half, I thought, and we came back, didn't we? It was pretty good in the end. The way we finished the game was probably better than the way we started it, wasn't it?
Well, Groovesy summed it up, didn't they? A game of 2 halves, and that's exactly what we saw. Absolutely pummeled in that first half, and then second half, somebody flicked a magic switch, and it was the opposite way round. And we got equaliser with another fantastic goal from Dutch, and I think we'll come on to it, no doubt. But he is definitely proving to be a difference in the team. But that's that never say die attitude was also there, and it was as though we were going to turn a point when it came to bloody away games.
Yeah.
But no. No, the other thing that I was really pleased with was seeing the fact that we could make a couple of changes and still looked pretty strong as the game went on. Especially the fitness for me is really showing. And when we get into that last quarter of a game, it's we're beginning to stand out and be able to get on top of players. And actually, we had opportunities to win the game.
Yeah.
But I'd have taken a draw any day of the week going into that game, to be honest. It was a toughie where they didn't want to leak goals.
Yeah.
We're not playing and still aren't playing particularly well. So they just wanted to keep it as close as possible. And in fact, got on top of us, made us look mediocre in that first half. And then they just let us come at them a little bit. And that perhaps plays into our favour, as it's done with a few of the other games as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then obviously moving on to Watford at home. Claire, last Monday night, a week ago tonight, obviously, hence why he wasn't on the show. That was a good performance, wasn't it, really? First half especially, and the 2 goals were just wow.
Yeah, I think just reflecting on what Craig said, I think the thing with the Baggies is we keep letting a goal in early. Happened at the weekend. I thought the first half we looked a bit dishevelled. We didn't look like we played together, but that seems to be our way performances at the moment.
Yeah.
And then I think we kind of I think at home we've got the mentality correct. I think we've got the style correct at home. I mean, the goals were superb. I mean, we've been asking, I put my hand on my heart. I'm someone with Damari Gray every game. I'm like, come on, but he seems to score, so I'm going to keep that going. And I do think that the goal's great. I do think at home we can make the pitch wider. I do think Watford actually came into the game second half. I don't know whether we took the foot off the gas.
Yeah.
But it's like chalk and cheese, home and away. Home form will get us into playoffs easily. Away form will make us top 10. So I think with the West Brom game, I would have taken a point anyway. I mean, the scenes after we scored were just phenomenal. And to be fair, the atmosphere was great. And then at home, I don't ever worry when we play at home. I don't ever go and think, this is a tough game. I go, right, we can win this. And then we then have the away form, which obviously, Saturday was just, it's just mind-blowing. I just think we're too open away from home. We try to play like we do at home away, and it just doesn't work. To me, the first 15, 20 minutes, you've got to keep it tight. You've got to make sure that, you're battling in the middle. Is it that Leonard needs to come in? Is it that, do we need to play 3-5-2 maybe and make us a little bit more sound? Is it that I know Damari Gray scored, but is it that Anderson needs to start on the left and you bring Dimmy on just to shore it up a little bit? Because Cochrane seems to be, his side always gets kind of done away from home. I don't know, but there's got to be something because, we're talking about West Brom one week. We were awful first half, gave the ball away. Then all of a sudden we go for them second half. Watford were like, wow, look at us, we're amazing. And then we play Southampton. Yes, they came down from the Premier League, but I don't think we were over, they didn't absolutely batter us again.
No.
But, their goals, Beadle trying to say, it's little things. Beadle kept us in it, but then also made 2 mistakes that meant we weren't in it. And it's so frustrating when you go away from home and then you're like, oh, I love a draw because we normally lose, but that's blues in a week, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Born, won and lost. So
yeah, I think it's just finding that happy medium, isn't it? I mean, we're not going to win. We are going to drop points at home. We're not going to win every game at home. It'd be lovely to think that we will, but there will be times when we do drop points at home as well. And if we can't improve the away form, then like you say, we're probably going to finish about 8th, 9th or 10th, something like that, like where we are at the moment.
I take that, though. I take that.
But to be honest, that's acceptable for us first season back, isn't it? And it's a damn sight higher than we finished for a long time in this league. But, I just think that with that squad and that team of players that we have, we've got a really good 11. And then when you see the subs coming on, they're not quite as strong as the players that are coming off, are they, at the moment? But let's get to January. Let's try and stay at least in touch with the playoffs and see if we can improve the squad even more. And then, kick on for the latter of the season and try and put on a charge. But, Robe, do you agree with that? Do you think that, when we're making subs, the players coming on aren't quite as good as what's going off?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, like I say, I'm looking forward to the transfer window in January because if we are in the pack, it could be quite an exciting window, we bring in. I think Pake's a level above Leonard, but I was surprised when he got a start against the Albion. I don't think he had a particularly good game. But he put that right against Watford, didn't he?
Yeah.
I just don't like saying when we mentioned the form away. It's like, we like Inter Milan at home and like into the bin away. But yeah, it's just like, I don't get, is it a mental thing? Is it a shape?
You've been thinking that one up for 2 weeks, haven't you?
I was just thinking that, yeah.
You can tell that I reckon he's got it written down. I'm going to say this at some point.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, the Watford one was satisfying because that was just like a real typical championship game. We really ground that out, and that was really satisfying.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, there's no way we'd have pulled off a result like that 2 years, last time in the championship.
No.
But no, I mean, like Saturday, I think Southampton probably the best team we've faced. Having said that,
You think they were better than Coventry? You think they were better than Coventry, Southampton? I know we went.
Worse, I think.
We made them look better.
Yeah, we made them look good.
Yeah.
Who, Coventry?
Both of them.
Both.
Well, yeah, pretty similar sort of standard. I mean, it pains me to say it, but I think Coventry are probably going to go up. But, I feel a bit sick saying that, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's nothing to fear in this league. With more than match level, you can see Davis is developing as much as the team is, to be honest. As he's learning, the players are learning. It's like a learning process for everyone, including us fans as well. I know we've obviously been used to the Championship before, but it's having a year away. It's you were sort of going into it with fresh eyes again. I nothing to worry about. I'd have took 8th this point. I think we all would have done in pre-season. And like I say, if you get to Christmas time, around about where we are now, let's just go for it in the new year. There's a lot to be. There's a lot to look forward to. Really is.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of loan players went back, the likes of Cashin and even Kumas as well. They're not getting the game time that they were hoping for and their clubs were hoping for. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if they went back to their parent clubs and found somewhere else to go in January. I
was going to say, poor Kumas. He's been pretty average, to be fair.
Yeah.
Nothing amazing.
No, nobody's getting in that 11, are they? Really, in the front four? No. I don't think. That is, in my opinion, that front four could be good enough to get us in the top 2. But unfortunately, you can't burn them out by playing them every single game, especially over Christmas as well. So we do need other players to step up to the plate as well when we need them.
To be honest, Paul, we need Kyogo to step up now. I mean, I do like him, but he needs. You should be burying.
He's cursed, man. He must have driven over a black.
It's not going to happen, is it? It's crazy.
I do. I mean, you can't feel sorry for that miss on Saturday. That was unacceptable. But overall, I can't help but think that if that goal against Ipswich should have been given, like it should have been in the first game, we'd probably be having a totally different conversation now.
Yeah.
But he's coming off the pitch. He's coming off the bench now, and he's overthinking it every time he's on the pitch, and he's trying so hard, and it's just kind of like getting the better of him at the minute, isn't it, Al?
Yeah, absolutely. I still sort of sit back and watch videos of him playing for Celtic and scoring. I say, this is the same bloke. And, we all think, well, as soon as he gets one, he'll get a stack. But it's I mean, that one Saturday was, oh dear. Bad. You can't feel sorry for him for doing that. That was just poor play.
Yeah.
But I think Claire used the 3 magic words: give the ball away. That's 4 words. Sorry. We did it over and over again on Saturday. We'd win a tackle, keep them penned in, and then it'd rebound off one of our own players or one of their players, and they were away with the fairies. And we were, they were facing 2-3 against 2. Now they didn't score from any of those. We managed to rescue the situation, but instead of keeping the pressure on, we just let the cork out the bottle every so often and let them have a run up the pitch. Now, and you're right about the goal. I don't know what view you had it, either on the TV or watching it. I was right behind that shot, and my mother could have stopped it. It just bounced over his hand, and you think, well, my thoughts at the time were thinking, this kid needs a rest. Get the old boy back in, let him sit on the bench for a bit. And then he goes and pulls out 6 worldies in the second half. We could have got beat 7 on Saturday, the way it went. But it was wonderful. And then the goal, great save, goes straight back to their bloke. It could have gone anywhere. It was too good a shot for him to be able to choose where he's going to. I'm going to push it that way, because it was onto him too quick, and he brilliantly got down to it. Of course, there's a bloke standing in the 6-yard box tapping it in. Now, I asked questions about why wasn't our centre halves going back towards goal with this bloke? He was standing on his own. I'm amazed he wasn't offside, to be honest. But it was so little niggling, half-baked passes that didn't get there. You think, oh, that's a good. Oh, and they'd read it and they were away. I mean, my man of the match Saturday was Doyle by a mile. He's spraying the ball all over the place, and you're thinking, well, God, and just nobody took any benefit from these wonderful deliveries he was playing. He looks, well, go on, son, and then he puts a crap cross in, or he hits the bloke, the fullback on the legs. Everybody gets excited because he goes out for a corner. How many corners have we scored from? Not very many.
No. I think the biggest reason why... Sorry, Craig, what did you say? Sorry, mate.
I was just going to say the cup draw's happening, and them across the other side of the city, not that many people will be interested, are actually playing Spurs at Spurs.
Oh, good.
That's good.
And Wolves have got Shrewsbury, which is another good tie.
Look, Derby in effect, that one. It's not far.
Wrexham Forest as well. Some of them are really good. Yeah.
Hopefully I'm still safe with having jet black curtains and the last time they won anything. I think for me, the biggest reason why our home form is so much better than our away form is us, the fans. You know, we sell out every game. The atmosphere's, it's different on a night game maybe sometimes when you're playing Watford to when you say Newcastle at home last season, obviously, but it still makes it when the game kicks off. If they start well at home like they have done the last few games, we're right behind them, aren't we? And that just gives them that 12th man and that extra spring in their step to do what they're doing. And
I often think the away support, though, is better than the home support.
Yeah, I was about to say,
it's credit to them lot that travel all the time, because they don't stop and they back to the absolute hilt. The difference with it's weird. It's almost as though there's more pressure on them when they're playing away from home, and I don't get that. There's no pressure. It should be less. The pressure should be on the home team on each of the occasions. We've just seemed to be spinning it on our heads.
But there's got to be something now, mentality-wise, because if you look at the last 4 seasons in the Championship, we have not been good away from home. No. So something has got to change. So we weren't very good generally, but obviously this year, for it to carry on, what is it? Is it the system? Is it the personnel sometimes needs to change? Is it that we need to be a bit more, instead of playing so wide like we do at home, do we need to be a bit more narrow? Yeah. I know that Coventry, they changed their system, they changed the way that they play against every single team. Do we need to start adapting like that? Because if we end up in the Premier League, say, you would play different against Man City than you would against West Ham, for example. Yeah. Is it Davis having that mix up? I don't know.
I think yeah, go on now. Sorry, Rogue. You, Rogue, go on.
No, I was going to say, I think that's spot on. I'd agree with that. Yeah, I don't think Davis needs to come up with a plan B and a plan C as well, and take each opposition as an isolated sort of case. But yeah, that's spot on. I'd agree with that.
The FA Cup draw is absolutely spot on this year. There's some great.
Exeter have got Man City away. Fair play, because they need the money, because that's great.
Charlton have got Chelsea at home as well.
And Barnsley are away to Liverpool.
That's on my agenda tonight, Claire, actually. I'm glad you've mentioned that, Exeter, because obviously we bought the payment for Jay Stansfield's transfer, didn't we, forward with Fulham to keep him going, which was a brilliant gesture from both clubs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Especially us, obviously, being the ones that were paying, so brilliant, really good. Just coming back onto the previous conversation, it is frustrating away from home. We've played most of the teams above us now, haven't we, away? But, it'd be interesting to see what happens when we start playing those that are below us a little bit, Hopefully we can improve against some of the teams further down the league than what we did away from home against the teams.
Races the other day, when you look at our away games and the ones that we played, it's all been top half.
Yeah.
And so Coventry. We do need to keep on top of these different things and just make sure. But we do need to. There needs to be something different, because I don't think away from home we can play the same style of football as what we play at home.
No.
And teams are watching us. They know what to expect. So actually, we almost need to have, dare we say, an away setup and a home setup that gets mixed up a bit. We often talk about Davis having a plan B. Actually, the plan B that he now needs is, how do we play away from home? Because I don't think we can play that front foot pressing football at home and away. I don't think it just works at all. And in fact, it's the polar opposite. You know, if we are conceding in all of our away games in the first 15 minutes of a game, when you start chasing it, we then can't play the type of football that we want to play. So we need a shutout. We need to, you know, I don't know how you can class it and how it will work, but we just need this shutout that's going to happen. And do you know what? Take a 0-0 at the next away game. I'll take a 0-0 tomorrow night.
Yeah. To be honest, sorry, Craig. I was going to say it's not an original question, but question for everyone listening and for us lot as well. Do we bring Allsop back? Because I think it's a resounding yes, isn't it?
100% for me. I wouldn't have changed it in the first place. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's kept the problem is, he made 2 mistakes at the weekend. But then, as Al said, he kept us in it. It could have been an absolute barrel load, and he made some worldies. I mean, we've got to remember the kid's young.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think we need the more experienced goalkeeper in. But I'm also much more relaxed with him in goal when a cross goes in our box, and you know when the ball's coming out from the goalkeeper. Allsop's distribution is so much better than Beadle's, isn't it? I mean, I lost count how many times he kicked it on Saturday, and he went straight back to their goalkeeper.
I think the problem is, I think Beadle and Kyogo are 2 players that they're having question marks against now. And I think if you go back to why Allsop was dropped, which was the Coventry game, mainly, Beadle's done the same. Yeah. And he's got this thing about, instead of parrying it out, he parries it in.
Into the middle,
which is their goal. Yeah. I mean, I can believe it when that goal went in, but fair play to Armstrong. He had a shot and the goalkeeper makes a mistake. And I think that, you know, it's about making a decision, because you can't keep swapping goalkeepers all the way through. I think the other thing is Kyogo. Do you start him and then go for it? Is Duck an away player? Because every time I see Duck, I know he scored against the Baggies, but he doesn't go up for a header like a Duke used to. He literally watches them header the ball, and I was like, what are you doing? So is it that we have to, you know, is it Dykes plays and starts and then but I don't know. He's got so many questions, because that's what I mean is, are some players better suited at home and some better suited away? I don't know, but I would put Allsop back in personally tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think Beadle potential. Don't get me wrong.
Got Cambridge United away.
Have we? Okay.
Yeah. Cambridge United away.
Michael Morrison still playing for them, or is he finished now? I can't remember if he's retired now, to be honest, or if he's still going there.
That's not far either.
All I can say is, oh, yippee.
Well, I'd fancy us to win, which is all I want. Mind you, it's away.
It's away, yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been worse, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Have Western been pulled out yet?
Western have been pulled out playing Grimsby at Grimsby.
Oh,
let's hope they can.
Great ties. I don't know how they're going to decide who's on TV.
I was going to say there's some absolute belters. Really, really good ties.
I think I can confidently say I don't think Cambridge v Blues will be on BBC One.
That won't be the main feature, really.
And they'll have to give us a few tickets as well.
Yeah. Well, that's a reasonable tie in it for us to get through, I hope. So
could have been worse.
Want to get through to the next round, because, like I said, years gone by where clubs have been at Wembley before you know it. Even though the semi-final should never be at Wembley in a million years, you know they are, aren't they? So you're at Wembley if you get to the semi-final. If you can get some kind draws all the way, then there's no reason why you can't.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose Gary Monk will be looking forward to it, won't he?
Just under 8,000.
Long gone, Gary Monk. He's not Cambridge's manager anymore.
No, I'm just saying he liked to watch it though, wouldn't he? Because you know.
Oh, I thought you meant like what you thought he was there.
Does Gary Gardner still on their books?
No, he's left. He's released.
Yeah, Gary Coventry.
I've seen
that.
Stoke versus Coventry at Stoke.
I've seen next to me a few times, Gary Gardner in the hospitality in the padded seats at the Blues, like he's there with his family and stuff. So it's good to see him back watching the lads, like, you know.
He was. Sorry, Paul. He was chatting to Forsell the other week. I saw him have a chat with Forsell. Yeah,
I noticed he was at the Burnabout as well yesterday, watching Jude Bellingham with his lads as well. So that was good. because obviously he played. Sorry, Chris, did you say something?
I was going to say, I don't know if you heard that, but just under 8,000 is the capacity at Cambridge.
Okay.
I can't remember how many it
7,936.
took last time.
It was only that long ago.
You won't get any more than 2,000.
No, about at least. I think we took
Quarter is a big
1,500.
percentage.
Don't you get 25? Is it 20 or 25%?
15. 15 in the club.
I thought it was 15 league.
That's the minimum.
Oh, 10 league, isn't it?
10 league.
Yeah.
And but it's not. I mean, they could give you all the tickets if they wanted to, but 15 is a minimum.
It's discretion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who did the Albion get?
Another team.
No, because I'm saying up for the fourth round. We're due to play Albion on the 14th, but if we both go through, it's FA Cup day, so that'll be rearranged.
While we're on the subject of draws, anyway, I'm going to talk briefly about the World Cup draw and say that it's probably one of the worst things I've seen on TV for some time.
It's fast.
It was
awful.
Absolutely horrendous.
You mean I want to blow smoke up a certain person's backside for 2 and a bit hours? Television. That's what you really want to say.
No politics, please.
An hour and a half before one team was drawn out. It was just insane. It really was. But good to see Tom Brady involved there. I'll say that. You know, so.
But why no mention? He's on there doing a World Cup draw and no mention of the football club that he's involved in, which I think is pretty poor on the broadcaster's behalf, to be honest with you. I mean, prime opportunity to put us out there.
No, Jonathan Pearce did mention us, Craig. He did say Birmingham fans will be watching this close by with Tom Brady involved. He did say that.
What I mean, yeah, he did, but that was our broadcaster. What I mean was they had a perfect opportunity. They spoke about their own sports for each of them, but they had an opportunity there as well to promote the things that they are involved in there.
You don't know whether he was allowed, because obviously, because it's football or, as Americans say, soccer.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. So are we happy with the way we've covered the 3 games anyway? Is there anything else anyone else wants to say? I agree that Beadle should come out for Allsop tomorrow night. I don't think I'd make any changes unless Cochrane's out, then possibly a Asai Samuel at left back, maybe.
Robinson will probably play left back.
Yeah, I'd rather see a Asai
He was all right, though. I've got to admit, he was
all right,
quite attacking, yeah. I wouldn't, he's got a lot to make up for.
Okay, yeah.
But at least he's left-footed. We need some sort of left-footed in the team with Roberts.
My worry would be that if you have got defenders out and you change your goalkeeper, that your back 5, in effect, hasn't played with each other. And that is a worry for me, especially when you're away from home, because all we want to do is short shop in theory.
Yeah.
We want to nil. And I don't know. I might be the only person here, but I would leave Beadle in tomorrow, and see what he does. If it's then a nightmare again, then you're dropping for Saturday because you've got more of a window to put people together. I just worry about changing too much in one go.
I think
with a stable side.
When Allsop was taken out of the team, we had the likes of Cashin playing, didn't we? And Robinson, obviously, got sent off at Coventry. Robinson did. So I think at the time, we were going through a bit of a transition, and Chris Davies was still working out his best 11. But now he's got his best 11. I think you'll find that we'll be different with Allsop in goal, in my opinion, than what we are with Beadle. I know we've obviously won all the home games and that, but possibly away from him, it might be a bit better as well, because he just commands his area much better for me. When a cross goes in that box, he's so much more assuring with a cross than what Beadle is.
I don't
Go on, Al.
I say I don't like the punching that Beadle does.
No,
there's ball punching away should be catching.
Yeah,
he just catch most of them, to be fair, and he looks commanding. But when he starts flapping and punching, and the ball goes to the edge of our box, and they have a shot from 25 yards, we're under big pressure then. Catch the damn thing. Lie down on the floor for the 7.5 seconds that you're allowed to, and then just take the sting out of it. When you punch the ball, it could go anywhere, and that's what happened too many times. The ball was getting cleared either from the goalkeeper or the defenders, and it was only going 30 yards, and they were coming back at us. And then we'd win the tackle, and the ball had bounced away to their blokes, and that we're still under pressure. Get the bloody thing out.
Yeah, the only thing I haven't, sorry Al, the only thing I haven't said about Saturday is that challenge on Tommy Doyle was absolutely horrendous. It should have been a straight red card.
That was quite close to me. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to express my opinion, of course, but yes, it was poor.
The ref wasn't great because I mean Roberts had the ball for I think it's their second, and the referee gave advantage. He then got fouled, and then the advantage had gone, and then they scored. So the ref was a little bit all over the place, to be fair.
Well, funny thing, their fans, funny enough, were complaining, and it's one or two messages on whatever. And yes, the booking, the foul should have been more. Yes, I remember that thinking. I immediately thought, this is bad news. You know, we've been given advantage again, which we didn't make the most of. We give the ball away, or foul, or whatever. I can't remember what happened. And I'm thinking that very moment, that could be a turning point. And 10 seconds later, the ball's in our net.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, if we hadn't been given the advantage, we'd have moaned like hell. But we would have been in possession of the ball, and we could have kept the ball for another, minute or so, and that goal wouldn't have occurred. And the whole game to me seemed that sort of little mistakes, little fluky passages where they finished up with the ball when they shouldn't have done, which kept us under pressure that we didn't really need to. We could have kept the ball as okay. We wouldn't have made any progress. But if we've got the ball, they can't break on us, can they? They're just chasing the ball round. And okay, we don't get a chance from that. But we've spent 5 minutes with the ball. That's 5 minutes they ain't had a shot at goal, and they must have had 20. Having said that, of course, if you look at the other thing that's annoying, you look at the stats after the game. We had 5 times as many shots as them. We had 60% of the possession. We had more corners. We had more flurries into their box, etc., etc., etc. And we lost 3-1.
I know.
3-1.
Just about putting the ball in the back of the net, innit? And keep at your own net. And unfortunately, it sounds very basic, but it's true, and that's not what we did well on Saturday, and that's why we lost the game. But yeah, it's. I just want to also, just while we're on the subject of the games as well, I think goal of the season sorted, isn't it? Damari Gray's goal against Watford. I mean, that'll take some beating, won't it?
Yeah, Southampton, I thought was better.
It was better.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Because there was no deflection. There was no deflection on the one on Saturday. He beat the goalkeeper full stop. There
was no deflection against Watford either, though, was there? He just curled it straight.
No. He went off a bloke's shoulder.
Okay. What I loved about the goal against Watford was just all the rain coming off the net. Like just looking at it was like a sonic boom, wasn't it, of rain?
We talked a lot about the refs being poor on Saturday, but the ref on Monday I thought was absolutely spot on.
Best one we've had.
That's the first game where I've seen the 10-second rule be put into action. However, blatantly obvious that nobody knew what the bloody hell to do at the point of the ref giving the corner, which was a bit frustrating. But weigh up the pros and cons, don't you? We've had a good ref on Monday. We've had a poor one again this time around. We all know there's inconsistency, but to go back on one of the points there, we play to the whistle. So don't think we're just going to get a free kick, because we've already seen in this league somebody can go and take somebody out, and it will just be wave play on. The next person will come along, tap them with their finger, and then all of a sudden they're rolling around as though they've been shot, and we're seeing games stopped and yellow cards. So it's about playing to the whistle, and perhaps we've got to stop being ourselves a little bit too passive. We let people have a go. We don't really see, and I still haven't seen that player that's giving that little bit extra back when something happens to us. You've just nobbled one of my players. I'm having you next time. We don't see that anymore, and we need to. When you take that foul, the weekend and how horrible it was. What did we see any of our players afterwards going back after having a go themselves? No.
Do you know what the thing was though, Craig? I think the thing on Saturday, the massive difference is Stano and Clara were on the cusp of suspension, which totally changed Stano's game, because to me he was not in the game. He wasn't in the game at all. He didn't put himself about. He didn't because he's someone who would have gone.
Yeah,
I think Clara would have, but obviously now that's now done. So hopefully tomorrow we'll actually see Stano come out and be able to play, because I think that they were both held back.
Yeah, but maybe with going back onto Gray's 2 goals, maybe I'm looking at Watford's in a bit more shiny lights because we won the game. Do you know what I mean? In game score when we lose, it's got a different feeling. Even though it was a worldie, don't get me wrong, I just have a different feeling for the goal when we've won the game.
Takes the edge off, doesn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, probably right though. When you look back at both of them, probably got Gray's goal against Southampton was the better of the two. But yeah, I probably said Watford because we won the game. But anyway,
and it should have changed the game.
Yeah,
it should. At that point, I'm sitting there with my hands under my bottom, thinking to myself, "That's it. We've just shown them a bit of quality that they haven't got, and we are now going to take over this game." Well, we're in 5 minutes. We conceded another silly goal, and it was, we aren't going to score 4 goals to win a game, are we? I mean, it's not the Premier League where they play with no goalkeepers. Like God, what a shocker!
We're going to have a rush next time, right?
It was the one bright moment of a very, very sad day, to be honest. And we haven't mentioned him yet, but I will mention him. What on earth was happened to Ducks on Saturday? He went back to day one, totally anonymous. Didn't take part in the game, whereas the previous 3-4 games he'd been sensational. And he did nothing, absolutely nothing. And for all his bad luck and bad form, the team looks far more coherent and attacking and exciting when Keogh goes on, because he runs his nuts off. The other Dutch does not do that. He does what he has to do, and Saturday he just did nothing, to be honest.
No, it was a bad day at the office, and hopefully they can make up for that tomorrow night at QPR. We got any good comments or questions coming in, Chris, on the shout boxes?
Gray's goal at Southampton was spectacular and better than against Watford, in my opinion, says Michael.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah. Like I said, I probably just said it because we won the game.
Yeah. Too slow at the back, pace and easy to beat in one-on-one situation, says Tony Saul. Put Mayo in goal, could spread it about. We've had all those, haven't we?
Here we go.
We need a player like Armstrong. That lad can score when he likes. We've had too many fines, have we?
Yeah, we had one against Hull. We've had a few fines.
Yeah. Clara's been our player of the season, but on Saturday was playing like a player, one booking away from suspension.
Yeah.
Says Kevin on YouTube.
It's partly on those fronts that wants the players to get them now, because you don't want them to get it during the festive break. That way, you want your best players around and available across.
It's done now, though, Craig. It's the next Wednesday. Yeah. So the 19th, which was the 19th game, which was Southampton. So now it's rolled over to 10.
Perfect. And I'm just looking, we all seem to be a bit in the doldrums here about what happened on Saturday. But looking at the league, it's ridiculous. Right, we're 8th, and we're on 28 points. 6th is on 30, 5th on 31, 4th on 31, then 34, then 36.
I know.
It's stupidly close. Below us, 19th place is on 21 points. This league is incredibly open, and we're going to see some topsy-turvy games. We're going to see some topsy-turvy results. But at the end of the day, I still think we've got enough to get us over the line, but I'd still take the position we're in now at the end of the season. The window is going to be interesting. Be interesting to hear what people's thoughts are. So if we have a window and we know we've got money to spend, what players and what positions would you want to swap around?
Left back.
Definitely another left back.
Need another left back. Need another winger. Need a striker.
Yep. Yeah. A left back for me, it's got to be top of the shopping list, no matter what they are looking at.
I think another centre half as well. That's not cashing up.
Pacey centre half, I think. Centre half with a bit of pace.
Yeah. So, but hopefully Robinson can make up for his disastrous start. Like you say, he played okay when he came on Saturday. So yeah, hopefully he can. If he's going to be involved and he's going to play, then it certainly can't get any worse for him, can it? Than he did in his first 4 appearances.
Robinson's playing for a contract at Sheffield United.
Right.
They want him back, don't they? Some of their fans want him.
I tell you what, I'd let him go as well. I'd just turn around and say, pay us what we paid you, and that's it. Job's a good one.
Have him back.
Do you think Dykes will go because of the World Cup?
Possibly, yeah.
I think he will.
I'd like to see him stay, and because I think there's the World Cup always does it. It massively inflates players' values. So at the end of the season, if he goes going to the World Cup, he gets his spot there, and he goes and scores a couple of goals, for example. Right, when he comes back to Birmingham, he's worth a lot more money.
I don't know about that, Craig.
It happens every single time. You can probably put, on 95% of players when they go out to the World Cup, their value goes up at least by 50%.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't, but you're talking about Dykes, aren't you?
Who has scored goals that have kept us
an impact.
Games.
So he's given me one of my best away day moments at Blackburn. Don't get me wrong. He's done bits for us, but I don't know what we're going to get for. I mean, what did we pay for him? Was it $1 million? Paid $1 million.
I paid $1 million for him, but I think he's worth more than that.
Yeah.
No, he's our tallest striker, and we'd have to pay more than $1 million to get someone else. So I think we could get a decent deal.
I will say he might have scored the header that Kyogo had when it came over on his head, and obviously it was above him, if you remember. He would have been there on the end of that, wouldn't he? On Saturday. But, yeah.
Do you know what, though? We've got I think the next 2 games, QPR and Charlton, they're winnable.
Yeah.
I do think that, it's a 9-point week. Okay, we haven't got it, but I'll take 4 points out the next 2 games. I would take 6 points.
Yeah.
Because then I think we'll be talking totally different next week.
Yeah. No,
you
a couple of wins together and you're right up there. And then get a couple of defeats and you're right down. You're sliding back down again. So that literally is going to be like that all season. But then what I will say is there is an opportunity there. And someone, if we can be that team that grabs the ball by the horns and takes that opportunity, then, i.e. sort our away form out and keep the same home form going, then it can be us, it can be us that could even get into second place, never mind the playoffs. But, we really do massively need to improve our away form to do that.
I mean, I can't believe Millwall are third. They've just gone right under the radar, haven't they?
There you go.
They're third.
Prime example.
So why can't we do that?
Exactly. No reason why.
The amazing thing is we lost on Saturday and we stayed in the same place.
I know.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. The league is. I still go back to it. The league's poor.
Yeah.
This is probably it's one of the enjoyable leagues because of the fact that everybody can beat each other, but it's poor because everybody then is also looking over their shoulders, thinking, "Well, are they going to win this?" You can't call it. Coventry, go on. I know they're top of the league, but.
Nobody would have called
the weekend.
Nobody would have called Coventry this far clearer now at this stage, would they?
No.
You would have said Ipswich, Southampton, Leicester, even. You would have said the relegated teams, wouldn't you? So that's why it's wide open because the parachute clubs have struggled, haven't they? Really.
But it's also because the league doesn't have, apart from those that have been relegated, there's no teams in there that have actually had parachute payments still to use.
Yeah,
and you've got teams that have been in that league now for a fair few years. They're now beginning to have to balance the books rather than spend on players coming in. Yeah. So that's where we're seeing, I think, this lack of quality in effect that's beginning to come through. And Coventry are a good example of having a stable side. They haven't really spent too much. They've kept the nucleus of what was there from the past couple of seasons, and they've built on it. So. Yeah. For me, I still want to do the same. I don't want to be a yo-yo team. I don't want to be a team that's be great to get promoted. Yeah, you want to play the big boys, but I don't want to then be looking over my shoulder every 5 minutes in the bottom half of the table. I'd much rather be stable, secure, with a team that we know is going to push on and go through. Because I think we'd have to 50%, if not more, of this team would have to change if we got into the Premier League.
I think the majority of that Southampton team that beat us 3-1 on Saturday were in the Premier League last season. Yeah. Finished on the second all-time lowest points tally, didn't they? You know, so
Tom Fellows was a good player.
Yeah, okay,
I really wish we were actually went in for him.
He's a Blues fan, isn't he, Claire?
Is he? I'm not sure.
I think so.
But he was brilliant. Like he just.
At
one point, he just like skipped through players, and I was like, "You are a good player, and you've got pace. Yeah. You would be brilliant." Like Armstrong, I'd had Adam Armstrong in our squad. I've said it for years. I think he's such a good player at this level.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, it's not all doom and gloom though. We're in a healthy position. You know, we're certainly not. I don't think we're going to be sucking into the bottom end. That's for sure with this squad. Nah. So. You know, credit to him for that because, you know, 8th in the league. I can't remember the last time I said that we were that high. You know what I mean? It's got to be probably when Rowett was here. Or
it might have been Eustace.
Or John Eustace, actually.
Yeah.
We were 7th. But after this many games, though, Al, in December, probably not. Probably not since Rowett. Yeah.
Everybody sleeps, but no two people sleep alike. At Coop Sleep Goods, we celebrate the way you sleep differently. We believe everyone deserves a great night's sleep with their own pillow, and the adjustable, customizable Coop pillow makes it easy. Whether you're a side sleeper, a back sleeper, or even a starfish, we've got the perfect pillow for you. Crafted with our innovative memory foam and microfiber fill, our hypoallergenic pillows adjust to you, and not the other way around. Just tailor the fill for the perfect fit. Add some in, take some out, until your pillow's just right for you. See why luxury hotels and spas worldwide feature Coop Sleep Goods and why we have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. With our 100-night risk-free trial, you've got nothing to lose except those sleepless nights. Get 20% off your first order when you visit coopsleepgoods.com/podcastnews. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/podcastnews.
Yeah. What are you saying? We've never been this high at this time.
Yeah, not never.
Yeah.
Not never, but not for a
while. You're right, because
about 10 years.
It was only about 12 games when Eustace got the sack and Rooney had got us down in the bottom half by this time.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
So you're right.
Yeah, onwards and upwards anyway. Let's hope that these suspensions now being reset tomorrow night can make a difference for Clara and Stano, and we can go out there and hopefully give somebody, give QPR a good beating tomorrow night because we're capable of it. When we go out there and click, when we do. I mean, I remember us going 4-1 up there, like under Monk, and we nearly blew that, don't we? Remember Camp saving a penalty.
I was going to say Camp saved the pen, yeah.
So we are, we can do something similar, but obviously without the anxiety towards the end. We're capable of scoring goals, but we just need to defend properly when we're under pressure, especially away from home. We need to be able to soak it up a little bit, you know what I mean, and keep it tight and stop being so passive and easy to sort of break down. And also stop making mistakes as well. Not just the goalkeeper, but everybody. Everybody's making mistakes, aren't they, at times? So, yeah, get that all sorted out and we've got a good chance. But anyway, moving on. Any more good comments, Chris, or questions? I said good evening to everyone watching. Good evening to everyone watching.
There's a couple of good ones, a couple of funny ones as well. Top 6 definite. We will crack away from. Everybody seems very, very positive, actually. And somebody's saying, would we take a punt on Salah?
yeah, why not?
Yeah. I'd take a punt. I'd probably give it, absolute odds on that he'll never come to blows. So there's my punt on
it. Rumours in Scotland from a friend that Rangers are interested in Dykes. There we go.
Okay, yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. No. I mean, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike him, but I just think he's better. Yeah. He's better as an impact. He's better coming off the bench, isn't he? He's an impact player.
Yeah.
He should have been introduced a bit sooner on Saturday, I thought.
Yeah. We needed height.
Yeah.
I guess with the World Cup, he want minutes, won't he? Maybe it comes to about January and he's hardly played. And
He's still starting for Scotland now, though.
Well, yeah, there's nobody to challenge him with Scotland, is there?
Well, they've got
It's the best they got.
They've got Shay Adams. And
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah. Any more, Chris?
There's a couple of few. There's a few actually. 50. Yeah, it is an interesting one. 50 points at home, 20 points away, and we will finish sixth.
Yeah,
it's doable.
Yeah.
Chris, what's that package behind you?
You know what? I was waiting for somebody, and I thought, yeah, that'd be Robe that asks.
Is that a pizza?
You know, I haven't got
what kind of pizzas do you eat?
I haven't got a clue what it is actually. I'm keeping it there because we got no room in the front. So.
All right.
Apparently, I've bought it.
It's no surprise there. It's your cards bought it. Don't worry about it. It's your bank account.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we've covered the games, haven't we? All three of them. Are we all happy to move on?
Yeah.
Actually, we'll have a competition later. What's in the box?
Yeah.
We do that. Yeah.
Pick it up and shake it just so that we can hear the noise and everything else as well, Chris. Don't forget.
I can see what it is. So if you can see that, it might come up backwards on your screen. But there we go.
Can't read it.
It says it's the bars for Robe Cell. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, Connor.
Claire, can you answer this question? The girl that managed Palace yesterday, she was Rangers manager last year. Potter, yeah. Was she not assistant to Darren?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Never mentioned. The commentator kept saying, "Oh, he's come from Rangers, and then he mentioned that she'd played for Birmingham, and I was thinking, well, it wasn't a short-term thing, was it? She was assistant manager for a long time before she buggered off to Scotland. But anyway, she already got a mention by the commentator.
You give us a segue there, Al. Might as well talk about the women's game now. Then after that,
I just did. It's crap. It was rubbish.
It's been great. I've got to admit,
I love them. They entertain me. They're great. But that was sheer garbage from beginning to end. And I've never said that before. I've never seen it before. The women always put up a decent show, whatever, win, lose or draw. But that was dire.
I think the problem is that if you look at the team that we started with, I don't think it was Amy's best team at all. I think we changed our style of play for some reason. We, instead of doing our passing and everything, we were launching the ball up. Don't get it. The goals weren't great, but they scored really. I know that, one of them was a free kick. Goalkeeper could have done better.
Have we not got a 6-foot goalkeeper sitting on the bench?
Yeah, the other one got lobbed. I just think it was just a bad day at the office.
Pardon?
It just wasn't great. I don't think it was a good day at the office, but I think you've got to start your best players in every game. I think that was the problem. And when we did bring on our better players, we created more. And G should have scored. Literally just hit the target, probably would have gone in. And we just don't know. We just weren't ourselves yesterday. And fair play to Palace because they actually came at us and gave us a game and they capitalised on how bad we were. So, but the problem is, I think, well, thankfully, Charlton drew, but Bristol City, they had a wonder game yesterday. Yeah. So they're on our coattails as well. And the thing is that it's promotion or, things might change drastically next year. So I don't think it was great.
No, one to forget and, move on to the next one. I suppose.
Opportunity the weekend, though. We're playing a local derby in effect the weekend in the FA Cup. So it's an opportunity to bounce back. And what I will say is, from speaking to Amy in the past, when she is not happy around a performance, those players are certainly going to know about it. And if it was down to me, I'd be saying to them players, right, do you know what? You're going to get your backsides back out on the field on Sunday and you're going to go and show people what you can do. And build a bit more confidence around what's going on. I mean, we probably will see changes to the team. Your goalkeeper, I think we will definitely see the goalkeeper in for Sunday. I'd be very surprised if it's Lucy that's there. But that's because we see that in most cup games, and there has been those changes over. But for the rest of them, don't sit back and mull around what happened. You know, get your asses into gear, get on the field 2:00 on Sunday, and go and show what you can actually do. You know, in theory, we should go through. There shouldn't be a reason for not going through. But also, those players have got to turn out. They've got to show it. And then, you know, we've got another big game the following week against Charlton. So these are the big ones now. These are the things where it's the do or die. It's the opportunities. We've got to go out. We've got to have these games, and we've got to do well. And I want to see as many people as possible as well down there. You know, I know that we've got 2 games on the weekends before Christmas, but the prices aren't expensive. Let's get as many of you down there supporting Amy and the team as much as we possibly can. You know, wouldn't it be great to have 2 teams fighting for promotion at the end of the season? And from a ladies' perspective, there's no reason we shouldn't be. But we do need to see a bounce back. And we start on Sunday, in the FA Cup. That's where things have to start to change around.
I don't think there's any reason why the men can't fight for promotion either, to be honest.
No, that's what I'm saying. The 2 teams can be up there. There's no reason why we can't do it.
No.
We should be. No. And just go for it. You know, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Watch out for the details. You know, there's some real big games coming, and the festive break's really going to show things for what they are.
Yeah. I wanted to touch upon an event that was at St Andrews last Thursday as well, around the new stadium. I noticed. Was anyone there?
Yeah.
Claire, do you want to tell us a bit about that?
It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was just about the sports quarter, so not actually the stadium. It's about the sports quarter.
Okay.
It was just all the information really about what they want to do for the community and the environment and things like that. So it was good to have a look and see what else they're going to do for the city. Really, it's more based on the housing and what's going to be there and things like that, and the added extras. So it was good. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was a lot of reading. It was a lot of reading. But I thought that it was nice that they're trying to get our points of view as well. We had to fill out a questionnaire on what we thought.
Yeah.
So it's not like the stadium as such. It was the sports quarter, but it was nice to be able to give feedback.
Yeah, and was there any sort of artist impressions of, you know, what the rest of the sports court is going to look like as opposed to just the stadium?
It showed what might be a problem. So the rail line and things like that would cause them a problem and how they're going to try and sort it. They showed the size of it, which actually you kind of don't realise the size of it.
Yeah.
And they kind of showed all the community hubs and things like that they want to put in, and the parks and things like that. So I think that they're taking a lot from other places. We had our friend was there as well, and it's kind of like we all said it's similar to Wembley and how Wembley kind of is around, where you've got housing and you've got all the other things as well, the train lines and everything. So I think they're taking from Wembley some ideas and other places, but it was informative. There was a lot of if we can do this and we could do this, and they've obviously spoken to the local community anyway. So I just think that hopefully the community can get involved and keep it to a really good condition and everyone can enjoy it. But it's trying to make sure that everybody's involved in the process, which is really good.
Yeah, we might get a box park then, like Wembley. You never know. There might be a box park there or something like that.
Well, they've said that we're having fan zones. I think a box park would be incredible. Not going to lie, it would make sense to do something like that, wouldn't it? Really, and have a home one.
Yeah,
is that what Chris's box is for?
But it was informative. It was nice to see without the stadium kind of thing to see what it would look like.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it's nice to see that it's not just going to just be a football stadium; it's everything else. So
yeah,
I think it was about 10 pages, this questionnaire. So we managed to fill it out and then we left. So it was informative. It was good to go to. Just a lot of reading.
yeah. No, just before the last time we were on, one thing we didn't sort of what sort of broke out and was announced was the obviously all-time 11, wasn't it? That came out on the Blues app. Everyone had to vote for their players. And,
yeah.
But we all know what that 11 is now and who the manager is, etc. So I just wanted to sort of touch upon that because we didn't touch upon it last time. So what we're all like, we'll just go around the room and everyone watching, what were your opinions on the all-time 11? And obviously we'd all probably make changes to it. I guess you could ask 100 Blues fans and every one of them would probably change somebody. But overall as a team, what do we think? And where do we think it would finish? I'm going to say in the Premier League because it'd be too good for the Championship, wouldn't it? So where do you think we'd finish in the Premier League now with that team? I didn't see, obviously, a lot of these players myself, obviously. The likes of Kenny Burns and Trevor, I didn't have the pleasure of watching. But most of the others I did. And obviously everyone else here. So Al, I'll come to you first. What were your thoughts on the all-time 11?
You'll have to tell me what it is, mate. Because
same as me.
Okay. So we had Gil Merrick in goal. Obviously, I didn't see Gil Merrick, so I can't have there.
Neither did I, to be fair.
Stephen Carr was right back. I think we can all sit here confidently and say Gil Merrick deserves it, doesn't he? After the appearances he made, he went on to be manager. And did he get us to an FA Cup final as well? Gil Merrick as the manager, is that right?
No, 2 Fairs Cup finals.
We have got subs. Have you seen that they actually put subs on it?
Yeah, I saw that.
I haven't seen the subs. I've got it on.
The subs, no.
And then, Clay, this is like a quiz question for me now to remember. So you've got Kenny Burns and Roger Johnson, centre halves.
Yeah.
Granger was left back.
Yeah.
Stanley was on the left.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham in the middle with, was it Barry Ferguson?
Yeah.
Seb on the right.
Yeah.
And then Trevor Francis up front with
Do
Gary.
And then the subs are Ben Foster, Jeff Hall, Matt Upson, Mark Dennis, Paul Devlin, Robbie Savage, Bob Hatton, Mikhail Forsell and Joe Bradford.
Okay.
With Steve Bruce as manager.
You see, to me, I mean,
it's a generational thing.
It's generational. It's most definitely generational, and it's really hard because I ran that team past my old man, and he could agree with some of them, but then when he was going through some of the others back in the day, he just couldn't understand why some of them hadn't made it there, and I think it was purely down to there was 2 things. The club, first of all, were very clever in the way that they promoted it because they'd already, dare I say, cherry-picked some of those names that made that top list. But then there were others that were completely brushed by the wayside that you'd have expected to see in there. Kenny Cunningham, he didn't really get a mention, but he was staunch. Liam Daish, back in the day, he was one of those players that it didn't matter who it was, nobody was getting past them.
Yeah.
Then I look at some of the others that just. I don't know. I'd have expected them to be there and have more about it. The managerial side, to me, was just based on Bruce getting us to the Premier League. Was he our best manager? He got us to the Premier League. He got us to our highest position in the Premier League. But
that was McLeish, Craig. McLeish finished 9th.
And won a cup.
Yeah.
And so McLeish, for me, would have been my manager and was my vote in terms of who it should be.
Yeah, me too.
He just went to the other side, so I couldn't vote for him.
So did Bruce.
That's the thing.
Just couldn't.
Brucey did it as well, but I know he didn't do it directly. But
I didn't vote for him either.
See, I'd have gone Steve Cottrell.
You didn't vote for Rooney either.
No, I didn't vote for him. I do think it's a generational thing. If what should have happened is there should have been a team based on appearances, stats,
longevity,
and everything from the club, and said this is the team that we have chosen as our 150 years. This is the team to do it, and then they should have a women's team as well. Then
that was one thing to raise. I was very
then a fans team, and that would have been the fans team. But for example, it was because it was a lot on social media, a lot on the app. A lot of the older generation don't have the app or don't have social media, so it's hard for them to pick it. So it's a shame that it wasn't done in September to then be released. And then what should have happened is if you wanted to take part but couldn't, it's a shame that there was like a paper version that people could tick and stuff like that. Because if you are in your 80s, you might not be able to vote on the app.
Yeah.
I think that would be my thing.
I think in my lifetime, I think the likes of Brian Hughes, Michael Johnson, Darren Purse, all these players that can feel a bit hard done by that they didn't even make. You say Jono wasn't even on the bench, Claire?
No.
He can feel a bit hard done by with that, I'll be honest.
So the all-time leading goal scorer at Birmingham City was also on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it should be a statistics and then a fans, but it should be fans from generation, like give every fan from every generation a go.
Yeah. I'd have liked to have seen a team from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s into the noughties and then up to where we are now. Yeah. That to me would have been a perfect way to celebrate all of the players at the club, because at the moment there were just a few shouted out, and I just think it was good. It's nice to see it, but nobody's going to do anything with that. I mean, if they were going to do anything with it, why were those players?
Everybody sleeps, but no two people sleep alike. At Coop Sleep Goods, we celebrate the way you sleep differently. We believe everyone deserves a great night's sleep with their own pillow, and the adjustable, customizable Coop pillow makes it easy. Whether you're a side sleeper, a back sleeper, or even a starfish, we've got the perfect pillow for you. Crafted with our innovative memory foam and microfiber fill, our hypoallergenic pillows adjust to you and not the other way around. Just tailor the fill for the perfect fit. Add some in, take some out, until your pillow's just right for you. See why luxury hotels and spas worldwide feature Coop Sleep Goods and why we have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. With our 100-night risk-free trial, you've got nothing to lose except those sleepless nights. Get 20% off your first order when you visit coopsleepgoods.com/podcastnews. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/podcastnews.
A managerial side of things, if they could make it, not at St Andrews, to go through it. The force was there. He got bugged by Robe. We haven't heard about him since. So we just want to put a message out there, actually. We are concerned about Mikel Forsell and the fact that he's not been seen on social media since Robe spoke to him. Yeah. But no, I mean, back in all seriousness, there's some phenomenal players that aren't on there. Phil Summerhill, for example, leading goal scorer at the club, was only beaten by Trevor Francis. Trevor Francis took his record before he was, came into the team. And yet, no mention whatsoever. But his name was never put out there.
No, Brian Hughes not in it. Wow,
Brian Hughes not there
now. No. I think it's only right for us to say well done to those as well that are in it, that have been on the show. The likes of Grange and Roger Johnson, obviously. I think that raised a few eyebrows, didn't it, Roger? In there, I'll be honest. But he was a bloody good player for us. But he was only with us for 2 seasons, was he?
It's because he won the cup. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I think his performance in that final was immense as well, because he sort of played on with an injury as well, didn't he, for a bit? I kind of get that. And also obviously Paul Devlin's on the bench as well. Congrats to Dev as well for that. Yeah. I know he'd hate being on the bench, but it's still an achievement, isn't it, in itself, to get chosen on the bench for that anyway in the club's history.
Wow.
In the end, lads, it's a good idea for programs like this. We can chew the fat as long as we like, or standing at a bar having a pint, and we can talk and talk and talk and talk. It's never that team, whoever it is never going to take the field. It's all in here.
Yeah, I wonder whether, and actually, if there's anybody listening for the club, this is one thing I'd love to know. That team that was picked as the 150th, did any fan pick that same team? I'd love to know whether anybody actually did pick that same setup.
I couldn't
forget the subs, because they came later on. But in terms of that starting 11, I wonder whether there was anybody out there that picked that as a starting 11.
No, yeah. I've got to mention Tatey as well. Paul Tate was a great player for us when he played, wasn't he? I loved Tatey. Louis Donowa as well was, I used to kid as well.
Steve Claridge, Claridge. It was Cleggy Knight in there.
Yeah.
Was Mark Ward on bench?
No. Before our time, you got Bob Latchford, Bob Hatton as well.
Yeah.
Bob Latchford won a dozen England caps and scored goals for England, and he was the league leading scorer for Everton. First Daily Express gave him £1,000 because he was the first man for 30 years to score 30 goals.
See, I think
that's my memory of him.
Yeah,
and I met him not so long back, and he's the same age as me. He's born the same year, and I looked at him.
He looks fantastic.
He did when he was 17, and I'm looking like that.
I know.
I look 120 next to you, mate.
No arguments from me.
I've got to say, obviously Jude Bellingham, certainly the best in the world in his position. That's for sure. That's no argument for me. But based on what was done for Blues, I'd have to pick Brian Hughes over Bellingham.
Yeah.
With us for one season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Bellingham as an overall player, phenomenal.
Yeah,
he did a season and a half in effect.
Yeah.
Playing time for us, and I know he is brilliant. He is just out there.
Yeah,
I agree. Jeffrey Claxton, though, no Duque.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
That makes sense.
Go on longevity, and that would be a totally different squad.
Yeah,
because you can see those players that have only done a couple of seasons, and if that, they're going to drop away. But then you're going to have people like Robbo, Duque into the team.
Damian Johnson,
yeah.
Poppy, Rob Hopkins.
Yeah.
People like that.
Yeah. Clarkey as well.
Yeah.
John Frayne.
You could name a world class 11 that played for us for less than 18 months.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Easy. Dugarry, probably he's arguably one of the best players that's ever pulled a blue shirt on. He only did it for 6 months.
Yeah.
We all talk about him, but he did it for 6 months.
I know.
I can show you films of Gil Merrick going 40s and 50s, and you think, obviously the England-Hungary game, he's blamed for that. I mean, it wasn't his fault. The Derby semi-final of 1946, the bloke had a shot from 35 yards and beat him on the inside. You're thinking, that's a world-class goalkeeper. But, that's the only evidence my eyes have got. The rest of my information comes from people who saw him every day, every week of the year, and, was a world-class goalkeeper. And you look at Jeff Hall. Jeff Hall had, I don't know how many caps he had, but he was the best right back in England for a good period of time and played for Birmingham for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
David Carr played for 2 years.
Yeah,
but he won a cup. But it's good fun to talk, but it's
yeah. Like you say, you could be here all night talking about it. I mean, Ben Foster's on the bench, brilliant goalkeeper, and probably man of the match.
Absolutely.
He played one season.
Again, he played one season. Player of the season for us. Played one season.
You probably have Benno or Mike Taylor, wouldn't you, over him on that basis?
Absolutely.
We haven't even mentioned Horsfield either.
We haven't mentioned people like Mark Ward.
No,
Stalwart, and then a phenomenal player that was across our midfield. And people are agreeing with us on the comments, by the way. Just shows how Chris Rowe, Phil Summerhill, probably one of the most underrated Blues players ever.
Yeah.
Pete Taylor, I didn't know this, but that is quite a scary stat. The Bernard's son was actually in our senior team longer than Bellingham was. So, Dave Twine, we needed a team of Tebbelis.
And no Ollie Burke.
Ollie Burke,
unbelievable.
Yeah, you could pick a worst 11, couldn't you? As well, over the last 150 years. Imagine that. Right.
Check and Doy
would be in midfield player, 100%.
Fresh, Breckshay.
Yeah.
Rock Madsen.
Lecco.
Names, right? Jason Hughes has just put this on the board, right? And this is actually quite scary. Limpar, York, Cole, Butt, Anderton, Bruce, Hart, Cotty, Sutton, Savage, Ablett. All players that have turned out for our club, but it's about, and it's but all of them class players, but it's what they did for our club. And it's, when you read those names out, that's actually quite scary to think that those players have represented Blues.
I think Gary Ablett.
Forgot about it as well.
It was class. Ablett was quality.
Gary Ablett was a Rolls Royce. He was brilliant.
Yeah.
Him and Bruce.
Him and Bruce. About Sutton, though.
Yeah, no. Chris Sutton was a waste of space. You know, and the likes
and
of
still is.
Yeah. But no, I wouldn't want to mention Gary Ablett in the same sentence as Chris Sutton. Or Steve Bruce. You know, Bruce and Ablett were outstanding, and they sort of like did a lot for the likes of Jono and Percy as well, coming in as younger players and, you know, going on to do what they did as well. I thought, you know, they sort of like mentored them well, didn't they?
Pete Taylor has said, "Thanks a lot, Chris." He'd erased Ollie Burke out of his memory until now.
Well, he's got to be on the right in the all-time worst 11 as well. He's got to be.
Yeah. One final name that's been put out there: Dave Twine, Tarantino.
Oh dear, yeah.
I mean, Martin O'Connor as well deserves a shout because he served us well.
Yeah, so many, aren't there?
Yeah, there's loads and loads. You could probably pick five teams, couldn't you? But yeah, it was.
You could pick combination. Good example there. Skip and what the ball-headed bloke that was midfield with him, Steve
Marston.
No, Steve Marston. As a pair,
Martin, yeah.
As a pair, they were outstanding.
Yeah.
I used to call them the Ratters, and they never went past the halfway line most of the time. But I think many midfield players got the better of them, and they stamped their authority, and it was just a great combination. Now individually, both good players, but that combination. And I can go back to the 60s when we had Jimmy Bloomfield at inside right and Mike Halliwell on the outside right, and they were deadly. Bloomfield used to put these passes through behind the fullback, and Mike Halliwell was off like smoke.
Yeah,
and it's a great combination. Individually, they were good players, but the combination, Ken Leake and Bertie Hall, you know, you could go on, and I'm sure we could pick combinations out. I mean, we've got several combinations in our team now. You know, we had Iwata and Paik. Now we've got Doyle and Iwata and Paik, and we had Dookie and Stansfield for a time. We need to replace that, don't we? We've tried the German, and he doesn't quite fit the bill yet. But the two centre halves, you know, Kenny Burns, Kenny Cunningham, whatever. There's so many facets to who is a good player. You know, it's inexhaustible what you can be talking about. Inexhaustible.
We've scored 14 goals in the last 4 home games, haven't we? And I think Dux's played a big part in that at home. He's been.
Yeah, it was great. It was great, and we've been waiting for that from him.
Yeah,
and everybody's, and then we get. I mean, he wasn't great against. I mean, he got a good goal. He wasn't great against Albion, but he was all right.
Yeah,
and you know, one off. Hopefully, one off. He'll come back on tomorrow night and score.
Yeah. It's an interesting conversation, anyway, isn't it? When you look at that team, and like you say, we could be here all night talking about it, but you know. It is what it is, and well done to everyone that got in there. You know, and I know Roger Johnson himself was very proud to be in there. So, you know, obviously friend of the show, and Martin Granger as well, and Paul Devlin especially. Well done. You know, those are the 3 in there that have been on the show. So that's great.
I'll just say before we go on to the next thing, right? We've mentioned that about the games that are coming up for the ladies. But Sunday, there's just no excuse here. £3 for an adult and £1 for a kid.
Wow.
You know, so please, you know, get down to St Andrews and support the ladies for that one. And the next home game, it's £8 for an adult and £4 for a kid. So come on. I know we're coming up to before Christmas, but it'd be great to support that. And actually, I've just thought we have got to shout out one other thing. It's Blue Nose Day this coming weekend. So, you know, all our listeners, when you're out there, if you've got your blue noses on the day, make sure that you're taking some pictures so that we can get it all publicised. But let's not forget what it's all out there for. You know, what a fantastic scheme this year the club are doing. So it's obviously raising for the foundation, but to purchase that van, which will then be used to distribute food across the whole of the West Midlands and areas that's close to St Andrews as a form of a food bank as well. I think it's just credit to the way that our owners want to take us, which is making us a truly community-based club. So any support going into that, please do so. And also huge shout out to those fans that last Friday spent the night in St Andrews, sleeping out overnight. Before then, I think the vast majority travelling down to Southampton on the Sunday morning. I mean, that's a serious shift, and well done to all of those that took part. I know there was a great sum of money raised just from that sleep out, but also the other things that are going on, supporting the local community, are great across all areas. So you know, let's keep it going as we lead up to Christmas as always, and any support on the day, you know, give as much as you possibly can, because whether it's a penny or a pound, it's still a donation, and it all goes to help that level.
Yeah. Then the hood.
Okay, here's an easy one. Stand by your beds.
They have momentum too. The game is tides and waves of the game, and you know, sometimes we have to take.
That sounded like you was playing it at.
But he's Irish.
Are you sure, Claire?
I don't think he's.
I don't think
I thought it was Irish.
They have momentum too. The game is tides and waves of the game, and you know, sometimes we have to take a breath and get composure back.
American.
That's American. That is.
Yeah.
Spectre.
No.
Packwood.
No.
He's American.
It's not Brett Shea, is it?
I've said that one.
It's not Mario Melchior, is he? Is he Dutch?
No.
Krofsky.
Oh.
Jurgen Krofsky.
No. And Andy Bonar has got it.
Really?
Just.
Oh, City.
They have momentum too. The game is tides and waves of the game, and you know, sometimes we have to take a breath and get composure back.
He was a good player. I liked him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was somebody I'd have loved to have seen us sign permanently.
Yeah, definitely. Him and Clara. I mean, I like Neumann, but him and Clara, I think, would have been really good, wouldn't it, as well?
Yeah.
We need to get
he'd have the pace, wouldn't he?
Well, don't we? We've only got a couple of minutes, so predictions maybe.
Predictions. So tomorrow night, I think we will. I'll go for 1-1 tomorrow night, and I'll go for 2-0 at home to Charlton on Saturday. Claire?
Okay, anything tomorrow. I think 1-1 I'll take. Be great to nick a 1-0 win. And then Charlton, I think it'll be 3-2 to us. I think they'll go for it now after that fan. I think that they'll start playing for him.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, good shot. Craig?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a cheeky 1-0 win for my birthday.
Tomorrow?
I'm 21 tomorrow.
Happy birthday for tomorrow, mate.
And I'm going for a 3-0. In fact, no, do you know what? Why can't we do it? I'm going for 4 again.
Saturday?
Yeah, but I'll go 4-2.
You missed off the VAT on your birthday there. Bro?
I'm going to say 1-1 tomorrow. I fancy a draw tomorrow. And I think on Saturday, I think we'll win 2-1.
Okay. Al?
It's much easier to predict how long that test match will last, but
oh God, don't talk about that.
I'm going to go for a win tomorrow. I'll just say 1-0 because anything will do.
Yeah.
And again, I can't see. Yeah, 3-0 Saturday.
How that'll do?
I can't predict us for us to concede a goal because we will.
Yeah.
and I hate it. I hate it when we concede a goal anywhere, any. I hate it.
Yeah, me
we
too.
should not concede goals.
Oh, it's a horrible feeling, isn't it, when we concede? I hate it. Yeah, it's not nice. Rob, did I come to you, Rob? Sorry, have I come to you? I'm going mad now.
I said, can I change my prediction?
No, we don't like it.
I'm going to say stick by 1-1 tomorrow and 2-1 Saturday.
Okay, no worries. Chris?
I'm going to go for a Blues win at QPR.
Score?
I'm going to go for 2-0. But Charlton, I'll go for a 1-1, Charlton.
And on the message boards, Benji Smith has gone 1-1 tomorrow and beaten Charlton 3-1. Fraser Higgins has said we're going to win 2-1 tomorrow and 3-1 on Saturday. Jason Hughes, if we play like the first half at Southampton, then I fear a loss tomorrow.
Yeah.
3-0 versus Charlton. And Mike Hill, Blues 1-0 tomorrow and 3-1 at Charlton.
It's hard to vote, isn't it? With your, you have to vote. You normally end up voting with your heart, but it's hard to sit here and say we're going to lose. But we do need to improve our away form massively, otherwise we will again. You know what I mean? We have got to, like Hugh says, if we don't improve from Saturday, we will lose again, probably. So yeah, we need to stop this rot away from home.
That's all right.
Okay, so we've been the Tilton Talk Show. Thank you everyone for watching. Good to be back after a week off last week. Good night, sponsored by AMG Logistics with myself, Paul Hipkiss, and it's good night from Mark Adams.
Oh, cheers, Paul. Good. It's a good night from me. And Chris, what was in that box?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've had messages what's in the box as well. Yeah, it was in fact a 40-litre recycling bin. Black.
Why?
Because I know people are worried sick about that.
It's good night from Claire Wielden.
Good night from me. Safe travels to all of us tomorrow. Yes, I am going 2.5-hour trip. Can't wait. And it's good night from birthday boy tomorrow, Craig Courtney.
And it's a good night from me. Come on, Blues. Let's turn this around tomorrow night. And I'll hand over to the one and only chairman of the board, Mr. Alan Watton.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to share with somebody, everybody, that I went for a test today on a very dodgy-looking lump on my arm. And I've been given the all clear, absolutely no problem. So thanks for that. And I can enjoy the match tomorrow. And in the meantime, it's a good night from the mighty Chris Brown.
I thought he was going to send over to another lump. Cheers, Al. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Keep right on. Turn on a bit.
Good night.
Good night, all.
Good night.
You haven't stopped smiling. You've got wind. Will we put Robe in the recycling?
I was wondering all night what happens in that box.
We should have a box a week now. What's in that box?
Look what I've got.
Yeah, we should.
Hey, it needs to come back out. We need to do it.
Remember that?
Bring it back.
What's in the thing?
I remember going back a few years, Jeff Horsfield and Martin O'Connor trying to get what was in there for ages and ages, remember?
Yeah.
It's going to be the key to the handcuffs that are holding Robe in place.
No, it's getting me all excited for Christmas, seeing all these boxes.
They're furry.
You're just thinking about what you can steal from them. That's all it is.
My tongue's sweated.
Oh, dear. Na 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 na. We are like Vindaloo. You. Maybe brother, like
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. I just got low when I answered your link. I got all sorts of crap come up before I got through.
All right.
Mainly about AI.
I don't know what that was.
No. I think it's my end, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the ladies annoyed me yesterday because it was so bad.
Mate, they didn't turn up, did they? I mean,
I don't know whether Amy Merrick's, you know, you play your best team, don't you?
What was the score?
Yeah.
3-0. They were awful.
They were lucky to get nil.
Yeah.
Who was that against?
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, who were nearly the bottom of the league.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was not
and
good
to be fair, Palace were far and away the best side by a mile.
Confidence.
Heads and tails above them, but it's they had a glorious opportunity yesterday because that, you know, Charlton drew in the end, so they could have pulled back points, and instead they're now further away.
You're right.
Yeah. After that and after Southampton, it's just, it's been one of those blues weekends.
Hey, Rob.
Good evening, all.
I was in the bar watching the match from. I know Arsenal were in it, and the half hour I saw, Arsenal never got out the Villa's half. They just battered them, and then we got to 95 minutes, and it's very hard when you're in the home end, and you suddenly realise you're the only one that wants Arsenal. You're the only one that wants Arsenal to win. So when that last minute kick went in, there was a huge cheer. And I'm standing there going, and I had to skip away because it's all right sitting there all through the game, you know, just keeping your mouth shut. But that was just too much.
We heard a cheer and we were like, Arsenal must have scored because we thought it was from the blue, like inside. And then literally I walked in, I was like, but Arsenal are losing, the Villa winning. What's going on? Then all of a sudden you hear shit on the Villa, and I'm like, but they're winning. I don't get it. But their ground was brilliant. Their fan zone was exceptional. And what I liked about it is that they had screens on the outside. So like it had the games on, and then they had Bruce Grobbelaar, who was like, you know, even I know who he is. He was like talking and stuff. And then what they had is as you go around the ground, they had like picnic benches all the way around. So you could sit and everyone was having a drink. It was quite nice, actually.
Why was Grobbelaar there? Did he play for Southampton?
Yeah.
He did, yeah. Till the end of his career on it.
The TCO was there as well.
Yeah.
Did he sound all right? Was it a bit bunged up?
He was good.
So,
Bunged.
Come on. Hold on a minute. We're just waiting for you to come up with your laughter because that was no punchline. That was absolutely pathetic. Sorry, that was terrible.
Ignored him.
He'd be at least 100 million now. He would. Letitia, he was a phenomenal player. He was.
He was good. Yeah.
It was before his time, really. He would have suited the modern game better, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it was more of a maverick, really. Yeah.
Yeah, he was class.
Yeah,
right.
Trouble is, can't keep his mouth shut. So
he was loyal.
Into trouble.
he was loyal as well. He was good enough to play for anybody, and he stayed at Southampton all his career.
He's very similar to Steve Bull, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Like Bully at Wolves, he was just like
Steve Bull talk funny.
Funny.
Yeah, I'd put him at a higher level than Steve Bull, though, Rob. I think he was a more like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was like I say, Bully was just pure.
I don't think Bully ever played in the Premier League, did he?
No, never, no.
No. But he was probably good enough to, though. You are right, but he weren't at the TK's level, was he?
No.
Had one cap for England, was it, or two caps for England?
It was one or two.
He started. I think he had one start. He had a couple of comes up. I know he came on against Scotland. I remember that.
Yes,
Still one of the only players ever to represent England outside of the top division, I believe.
Probably, yeah.
Might be
top two divisions. Top two divisions. He was in the third division then.
Yeah.
I remember him starting. I remember him starting at Lansdowne Road when we played Ireland, and the match was abandoned because of all the trouble.
Yes, I think you're right there.
Remember that? Yeah. That was about 30 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. About 93, 94?
95, I think it was actually 95.
95.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching.
There were other players that played for England from the third division, but it's a long time ago.
That's it.
Is the draws on TNT, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's
YouTube, apparently.
And YouTube as well,
YouTube,
yeah.
Yeah, I've got TNT on.
Starts at 5:45, yeah?
22.
Yeah, well, 22, they reckon.
Okay.
22.
You watch us get something like Hull.
Oh, do you know what? Anyone that we haven't played or in a way, like someone really good at home, someone Premier League away. Or...
What do you want somebody really good, Claire? Do you want to progress?
I want to see where we are.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'd rather do it.
I know
In
we're
the
not like Blackburn away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we end up with like Blackburn away, or we end up with like Norwich away, and then it's like miles, and you're like, ugh. I want someone that I haven't been to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with Rob. I am Western Supermare.
Oh, Western at home, yeah.
Right.
But
yeah, like someone like that's quite cool. But I want something that's different. I don't want the same.
Yeah,
I definitely don't want them down the road.
No, I don't want them.
No.
Because there might be more bickers in my household.
Before you know it, though, if you can get a nice draw at home, like in each round, and before you know it, you're sort of like toddling along, and you're in the semi-final or something, called the quarter-final before you realise. Yeah. It's happened a couple of times with it happened with Barry Fry, didn't it? We lost to Leeds.
Yeah.
It happened to with Brucey as well, didn't it? We lost to Sunderland, didn't we? After a replay.
Yeah, we paused it up, didn't we?
Yeah.
We would have had Sheffield Wednesday in the quarters at home.
Semi-final. I thought it was a semi-final.
No, the Brucey one, the fifth round against Sunderland. But it worked out.
That was the year Middlesbrough played Chesterfield, didn't they, in the final?
Semi-final.
No, that was 94.
Semi-final, yeah. Semi-final.
That was the year before, I think.
Yeah, that was when Kevin Davies was playing for Chesterfield, wasn't it? And Sean Dyche was at the back as well.
That was about 8 or 9 years before that was all. The semi.
That was 97, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
But no, I mean, it was a year we should have won it. We lost to Wrexham, didn't we? And Wrexham lost it.
He scored, didn't he?
Yeah, Brian Hughes, yeah.
He scored, yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully we get a coin draw anyway at home in the third round.
Have you guys got automatic cup scheme or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just easier, isn't
it?
Yeah.
Couldn't be asked.
What?
Because there's quite a few of them. It depends on whether, if they're midweek games and stuff like that, then I can't guarantee some of the girls being there, so I didn't bother. I always go to the games, I just didn't do the cups game.
Right.
Yeah.
When's the raffle for
the club?
The prizes?
The shirts. Already been done. You didn't win.
Who won?
Can't remember his name. But it was
Paul Lipkiss.
I didn't win.
What team was it?
It was. Hang on, I'll go on to the message.
He ain't got a clue, and he's only running it.
I drew it the weekend before last.
This is a good way of getting a bit of extra Christmas money, and just get a photo of a football card and send it to people. Get them to send you loads of money, and then just don't tell them what happened.
Yeah, I know. Got to buy you presents somehow.
CFC Fans Group.
I couldn't sleep last night thinking of the cup draw.
You're sad then, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just coming on now, Paul.
Okay. I've got it on my phone now. I've got it on.
It's a shame though it's not on BBC like it should be. It should be that everyone should be able to watch it. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
I don't agree. I don't agree with it all being all on Sky and everything like that, and then they wonder why kids don't see football. And
Here we go.